The Earth. It's the one thing we all have in common. This planet is a land of beauty, a place of many ecosystems interacting to form a perfect environment. And it must be cherished, not only for our generation, but generations to come. But as we get closer, we see the effects of humanity. One of these being pollution, the millions of metric tons of waste discarded in landfills. Just in the Americas, we see that each person contributes 4.9 pounds of trash each day, accumulating to over 292 million tons of municipal solid waste per year, and expected to grow by 70% by 2050. Inez Power has the solution. Inez Power is located in the beautiful Appalachian region of Kentucky. The facility processes up to 440 tons of municipal waste each day. Inez Power utilizes gasification, an old technology that has been revolutionized with a patented technology that affords for clean emissions and zero need for landfills, while simultaneously creating energy. Eager to learn more about the process? Let's look at our state-of-the-art operations. Once waste trucks arrive, they are weighed and checked in before transporting the waste onto the tipping floor. The unprocessed waste is then dumped onto the tipping floor. No sorting or fluffing are needed. A front loader picks up the waste and places it on one of the two conveyor belts. The bottom reserved for municipal waste, and the top for items utilized to regulate the desired temperature in the kiln. For example, tires to increase the temperature. The waste is then transported to the Inez Power patented and modified rotary kiln for heating and gasification. The two gasifier output streams are: one, solids, which include sterile aluminum and steel, glass, and sterile mineral frit; and two, syngas, which is used as the fuel source for an energy recovery boiler. The kiln is preheated to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. Once the kiln reaches ambient temperature, it is then self-sustaining and does not require additional heat sources. A motorized drive system rotates the kiln at a designated revolution per minute rate. The transit time inside the kiln is approximately 45 minutes. Ferrous metals and non-ferrous metals travel down the conveyor belt for retrieval. The ferrous metals are lifted from the conveyor by a magnetic field and placed in a bin and ready to be recycled.
This area here is the discharge of the gasifier, and the total product is metal, which consists of ferrous metals, non-ferrous like copper, brass, stainless, aluminum, all the ash is in this product, and some glass. So once it comes out of the gasifier, you can see how clean it is. Then the front end loader picks this total product up, and it trams over here to this grizzly, or screen if you will. The front end loader drizzles this material over the scalper. The larger pieces, or which we could call the overs, comes off the top and goes here. And then the throughs, everything that goes through the bars, continues up this belt, turns left, and goes onto this 8x16 vibrator, and it has about an 1/8 of an inch screen opening in it. So the first thing that happens on that vibrator is the ash falls directly through it. That ash goes out that belt through there to the outside. Then the overs on the screen come on out, and the ferrous gets one more hit on it by this cross belt magnet. You can see the belt head here, and it pulls the smaller ferrous off. And then we combine these two. We pick these two materials up because they're just ferrous, small ferrous and larger. We put that in this dump trailer. Just to give you an idea of the ferrous content here, here's an oil filter. As you can see, the fabric inside is gone, the oil's gone. That was used probably to generate electricity as it came through the gasifier. So the casing, which is all ferrous, is recyclable. Here's looks like a Coleman tank. Any gas was probably liberated through this little hole here because there was I think a little neoprene fitting here. So that liberated any gas that was still in there. You can see here some copper. that's completely clean, stripped of all the insulation. That's worth about $3 a pound, put back into the system. Here's just a typical frying pan of some kind. And the thing I find amazing about this is that you don't have to go back out and re-mine iron ore and all the mining side of that, transportation side, and making new metal or iron products, because we're keeping this from the landfill.
The non-ferrous metals travel on the conveyor to be hand-picked and sorted into bins. 96% of non-ferrous metals are aluminum cans. Ceramics and glass travel on the conveyor to the crusher and crushed into silicon dust and ready to be recycled. Upon exiting the kiln gasifier, the hot and volatile syngas enters the Inez Power proprietary boiler, where air is added to aid in the controlled combustion of the syngas.
This whole big boiler has tubes around the outside only, so it's empty inside. And it's just full of flame, orange flame from the beginning, 40 feet back here to here. It's just, and I said, how much natural gas would it cost? When you figure how much natural gas it costs to run a stupid furnace at your house, you know, it would cost a fortune to put that much natural gas in, and it's coming from garbage.
The thermal energy is used to make steam that is used for power generation and can be used for a multitude of other commercial purposes.
This generator puts out about 7.2 megawatts, which if you're using a small home would be about 7,200 homes worth of electricity per hour made from waste that's typically buried every day across the world.
The flue gas exiting the boiler is directed to the air pollution control unit, consisting of a spray dryer and a baghouse. In the spray dryer absorber, the off gases are treated to remove any remaining acids and metals that might be present. A slurry of lime and activated carbon is injected into the top of the spray dryer absorber unit for treatment. Spent carbon and other particulate matter that may be generated at the spray dryer absorber are collected at the bottom of the absorber and transferred via a conveyor to a fly ash bin. From the spray dryer absorber, the treated flue gas is ducted to a multi-chamber baghouse for the final removal of any remaining contaminants. Inside the baghouse, the gases pass through filters to remove particulate matter. Particulates, including the ash collected inside the baghouse, are transported by conveyor belt to the fly ash bin. The fly and bottom ash can be sold. Throughout this process, emissions are monitored continually and conform to all federal and state requirements as determined by the issued permits. Instead of landfilling waste, the Inez Power Facility safely converts non-recyclable waste into thermal energy, steam, and approximately 7 megawatts of utility-grade baseload electrical power, utilizing waste from houses to provide power back to those same homes. We now have a choice to make: waste or recycled ferrous metals, waste or silica dust used in concrete, waste or recycled tin and aluminum, and waste transformed into renewable energy, energy to power this beautiful place we call home for this generation and generations to come. Inez Power is innovation beyond green.